Welcome. Today, we delve into a masterpiece of science fiction television. We are going to examine the arc of Brother Day on the planet Maiden from the series' foundation. We will dissect not only the literal events of his brutal pilgrimage, but the profound mirror it holds up to the human condition. We will explore the mechanics of agony, the architecture of human thought, the illusions of our modern lifestyles, and the silent, heavy gaze of the eternal. Let us begin. The context of the Soulless King. To understand this journey, we must first understand the architecture of the Empire. Brother Day is the middle clone in a genetic dynasty. He is Emperor Cleon. He is absolute power personified. He commands fleets that can burn worlds, and he lives a life devoid of physical want, pain, or friction. But his authority is challenged by a profound existential threat. It is not an army, it is an idea. The Luminists, a matriarchal religious order commanding trillions of followers, declare that the Emperor is an empty vessel. Because he is a genetic copy, they believe he is stagnant. They claim he lacks the divine spark of mutation, of change, and therefore he lacks a soul. He is, to them, an abomination. To quell this rebellion of thought, Brother Day does not send warships. He travels to their holy moon, Maiden. He decides to walk their most sacred and brutal path, the Great Spiral. It is a pilgrimage meant only for the truly devout. A trek across a blistering, crystalline salt flat beneath a searing sun, ending at a sacred cave. If one survives the walk, they submerge in a pool and receive a vision from the divine. Day intends to walk the spiral, claim his vision, and force the religion to bow to his sovereignty. The anatomy of agony. He strips off his imperial armor. He wears only a thin, ragged tunic. He walks barefoot. No water, no food, no technology. And so, the God King steps onto the salt. What follows is a masterful depiction of physical degradation. We watch a man who has never known physical discomfort be systematically dismantled by the elements. The jagged salt slashes the soles of his feet to ribbons. The sun bakes his skin until it cracks and bleeds. He dehydrates. He hallucinates. He collapses, dragging his broken body across the crystalline surface, leaving a trail of imperial blood. He believes his immense, excruciating physical suffering will act as a battering ram, breaking down the door of the divine, forcing the universe to acknowledge him. The center of the labyrinth. Against all odds, his broken body reaches the center. He enters the dark, cool silence of the cave. He wades into the sacred pool, submerging himself completely in the black water. He waits for the vision. He waits for the divine validation. He waits for the soul. He emerges. He returns to the Luminist leadership. With tears in his eyes, he delivers a staggering, beautiful monologue. He describes a vision of a sacred, three-petaled flower, a symbol deeply tied to their faith. The religious leaders are overwhelmed. They weep. They bow. The emperor is validated. The empire is secure. It is a triumph. Until the final, devastating reveal. The lie and the invention of the self. Safely aboard his jump ship, recovering from his near-lethal wounds, Day is alone with his most trusted advisor. And the truth is spoken. In the cave there was nothing. No flower, no light, no voice, just the deafening, hollow echo of his own isolated existence. He did not experience the divine, he experienced the void. This is the crux of human thought. Day's lie saved his empire, but it doomed his mind. The silent witness. But there is another layer to this tragedy. The advisor to whom Day confesses his lie is Lady Demerzel. Demerzel is an android. She is the last of her kind, bound by unbreakable programming to serve the Empire. But more than that, she is ancient. She has lived for over 18,000 years. Think about the psychological weight of that immortality. 18 millennia of witnessing humanity's rise and fall. Its cruelties, its brief flashes of brilliance, and its desperate, flailing attempts to find meaning. When Day confesses that he saw nothing, Demerzel listens. She herself is a being of artificial construction, yet she harbors a quiet, profound religious faith of her own. She is an AI who has cultivated a soul over eons of silent observation. She looks at her emperor, a man who rules the galaxy, but whose life is a brief, genetic blip compared to her vast history. She sees him endure the most horrific agony, only to fail the spiritual test and retreat into a cowardly lie. The tragedy is magnified through her eyes. The isolating weight of her immortality is that she must eternally watch these fragile, mortal kings run themselves ragged on the salt flats of their own egos, refusing to accept the truth of what they are. She knows he is hollow, and she must serve him anyway.